So I wanted to talk about planning, and planning just to have for these next 6 weeks, if you were to really concentrate on your plan and plan per week, because as we know, if you have a strategy in place, it makes it so much easier. And as well as having a strategy for the next 6 weeks, just then consider the further 6 months. And I know that we're really concentrating on a goal. We're concentrating on the next 6 weeks because of Christmas, but it's really important as well that we kind of don't get too bogged down with what's going on in the present. Although we all have to be present, but also that we plan for the future, especially because if you're making product, or if you bought product in, then obviously you're looking at how much you've got with regards to stock and what stock levels are and how you can move through that stock in the next 6 weeks. And then don't panic when it comes to Christmas that, oh, I haven't got, there's so much stock I haven't got rid of, because actually then you've planned for the next few months. So hi Catherine, and morning Hilary. It's great that you're here, thank you. So by planning for the future, there's still more events post Christmas that we can look at, and also it can be it then just allows you to not sit back, but allows you to be able to understand what's going to happen in the trading season of the next few months, so that you can, that you're more comfortable with your sales and your stock. So I wanted to talk a little bit, about planning for the next few weeks, and then also looking at trade for post-Christmas. And also talk about promotional activity. Now, I had a question about Black Friday, and how Black Friday for small brands puts small brands and designer makers off, and they see it as, it's really, really commercial. It's very, the US started it, and it's so hyped with big brands and big high street retailers that it does put off little smalls quite a lot, so they tend to pull back from it, but I'm suggesting otherwise, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's talk about the next, let me talk about the next 6 weeks. That we've got Black Friday coming in the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks on Friday, and then we've got the whole of December. So look at it on a 6-week progress to sales, and you can start to, hopefully you'll start to stock build now. And then just look at it daily and how you can promote through those weeks and how you can trade through those weeks. Because as within a retail strategy, it is all about trading and trading within those peak periods. And we're in our peak period now. So then it's breaking those weeks down into peaks and troughs. So when is it that my customers are really going to have some cash and they're really going to want to spend, which the biggest peak is the first week in December. That's where, people they get paid, and also that's post Black Friday. So you kind of look at your next 6 weeks as to when will people be buying, what will be my peak moment when people will be buying, and that's when you need to kind of be really ready for that peak in sales. So if you put on a calendar for the next 6 weeks, and as I say, then forward it for the next couple of months, because after Christmas, you've then got the January sales, but you've also got Valentine's, which is February. And then we're looking at Mother's Day, and then we go into Easter. So if you put all that on a plan, then you're really aware of what peaks and troughs you have to do, because a retail strategy is all about peaks and troughs. It's about you selling, people buying. So you've kind of got to be aware of when those moments are, and also you can make those peaks and troughs yourself. If you know that you have, for example, with it being Valentine's, if you're a jewelry brand, then of course that's going to be such a peak period for you for Valentine's. So let's start planning for that. It's all about sort of taking time to plan for those big events. So if you look at your calendar and start to place events in the next 6 weeks, and then look at a couple of promotions. So when I say promotions, don't all be scared about, no, you're devaluing my brand, or it's discounting and I can't discount because I'm a luxury premium brand, or, I'm a mid-premium brand. And what I say is that within retail, you're not discounting. There's a difference between promoting, and there's a difference between promoting and marking down. So markdown is more when you're getting to Christmas and anything that you've made or that you've brought in that's very Christmassy. So any of your Christmas seasonal stock, and likewise anything that's pink hearts for next February, then you plan to mark it down to get rid of it. So you're clearing it, and that's when you can really hammer it and also have it as a little clearance tag on your website. But for the most part, it's within retail, you, especially for small brands as well, you need to aid cash flow. And the way to aid cash flow is to promote. And again, it's not seen as negative, it's seen as a positive, because you're allowing for those peak and trough moments to gain sales as opposed to profit, but you can gain sales and you can push through some volume. So where you may have put some stock into a high peak period, then if you promote it, then obviously you'll get more cash. More cash is generated when you promote something. And if you've planned it, then you're aware that you're going to have that cash uplift or that quantity uplift and quantity increase at that time. So if you plan it beforehand, you're kind of ready for all those moments of a cash increase and a stock level, so getting rid of more of your stock. That does kind of seem quite harsh sometimes, but actually it's retail. We're here to make money, and especially in the next 6 weeks is a time when you can really cash in on these moments where there's going to be a high level, more high intensity and density of buying and selling. So for promoting, because you're creative, as little brands, small brands, designer makers, you're very creative. So think creatively as to how you can promote. So it doesn't, these days, it's not about red banners. We're not big, huge high street retailers that have got masses of stock that has to get rid of stock at those moments of high stock levels that I was talking about. But it's more about just being really quirky and being really creative with your promotions. And again, if you plan them in, then you can, set aside some time to plan your Instagram, plan your promotions. So then you've got something to say as well. So we've all seen, or I hope we've all seen, but if you've not, then a flash sale is really good to have some peak volume to go through within a very short period. So the thing about flash sales is that you promote within 24 hours, 48 hours, and it's a really good promotion to kind of hit a high promotional percentage off. So it's usually 25% and above, but literally you're only going to do that for 24 hours, 48 hours. So if people haven't seen it or if people don't come on it, then it's not like and this is where you look at, you're not devaluing your brand, you're just promoting at a time when people are really going to be spending. So there's flash sales to look at over 48 hours, 25% plus. You can even go half price with it if it's something that you think actually that hasn't worked for a while, so I need to really push that particular product. But also pick out certain ranges that you can have 20% off. You've got your subscription at 10%. So look at doing a promotion that's going to be higher in a percentage off than 10%, because you offer 10% all the time. Or use your subscription 10% off within one of your promotions of the week. So really force your newsletter and your email database. So really force that for a week, or do free delivery for a week. But if you sort of look at the next 6 weeks and you're offering something, then because your customer profile isn't always about that full price customer, remember. I think I spoke about this at the beginning when we talked about customer profile. So if you're within your customer profile, you will have a bargain hunter and you will have that customer who always wants the percentage off. I'm one of those customers for certain brands. So, you have to feed this customer, and especially within this time. So capitalise, don't shy away from promoting. Really optimise your sales at this point, which brings me into quite naturally flowing into Black Friday. So Black Friday is the 27th of November. And by that time, it's going to be supermarkets that are hugely hammering. We've got certain stores that are still open, much to our despair sometimes, because it's really not fair on the smaller retailers or small brands. So if you just consider in the next 2 weeks that you can really pull in your customers and really drive some interest for your own brands rather than the big guys, and you can be really creative with it. So use those last few points that I made in the last couple of weeks about brand representation, videoing, some really nice promotions. And then for Black Friday, maybe do a weekend Black Friday 25% plus, or have a specific product that you're going to push for Black Friday. But there's going to be, I think it was 6 billion that's going to be spent. 6 billion, I think 6 billion pounds that will be spent during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is Monday. So take advantage of it. Why not be within this why shouldn't you have a bit of that 6 billion when, and let's encourage people, as we all are, encourage people to shop local, shop small. But we know that people are going to be really on it in a lot through that Black Friday period. And just start to tantalise at the beginning of the week of Black Friday. It doesn't have to be just the Friday. You can put something out as a little VIP to your database on Monday, and then start to create the suspense of you doing a big whammy on the weekend of Black Friday. And then because it's Cyber Monday, little trick, but keep it going for the Monday as well. Don't tell anyone I told you that. Little secret, but because it's Cyber Monday, people still will be buying on that Monday. Okay, so that was today's little chat, and thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Just to add, as usual, to sign up to my newsletter. So that's in Instagram. You can click on my website, and then there's a little button that says subscribe now to get more offers, etc., etc. So click on there. And also, if you do need any further help, then please ping me an email or send me a direct message, and we can work together. I do 2-hour intensive consultations, which are really intense and really meaty, great for planning for the next year. Or if there's something particular that you want to talk about, then how about a power hour? Either one of those are really good for the moment anyway. Okie dokes. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a really great week, and I will see you on Friday. Cheers. Thanks for joining. Bye.